Hello again and welcome back to our YouTube channel, and here is our topic for today, which is dividing fractions. In dividing fractions, we follow different steps. So here are the steps in dividing fractions. So we use the KCF method. So what is KCF? So K stands for keep, C stands for change, and F stands for flip. Step number 1. Keep the numerator or the first fraction in the given question. Step number 2. Change the operation division into multiplication. And then step number 3. Flip or get the reciprocal of the second fraction. And lastly, multiply the two fractions and simplify the answers if needed. So let's divide fractions in different cases. Case number 1, a whole number divided by a fraction. Case number 2, a fraction divided by a whole number. And last case is a fraction divided by another fraction. So let's have case number 1, which is a whole number divided by a fraction. So let's have example number 1, 10, a whole number divided by 1/2. So let's use the method which is the KCF method. So we keep 10, and then we change the division into a multiplication operation, and then we flip 1/2, so it becomes 2/1. And then we give the denominator for 10, which is equal to 1. And we are now ready to multiply the two fractions. So 10 times 2, that is equal to 20, divided by 1 times 1 is equal to 1. So 20 divided by 1 is equal to 20. So 10 divided by 1/2 is equal to 20. Next number 2. So 14 divided by 1/3. So using the KCF method, so we keep 14, the first fraction, and then over 1, let's give it a denominator which is equal to 1, and then we change the division operation into multiplication, and then we flip 1/3, so it becomes 3/1, or we get the reciprocal of 1/3. So that is equal to, we multiply 14 times 3, that is equal to 42, and then we also multiply 1 times 1, that is equal to 1. And then 42 divided by 1 is equal to 42. And if you divide 14 divided by 1/3, that is equal to 42. Next, 18 divided by 1/6. So again, 18 is a whole number. The same process as we do in number 1 and number 2. So 18, we copy it or we keep it, and then we give a denominator which is equal to 1. We change the operation into multiplication. So times, we flip 1/6, or we get the reciprocal of 1/6, that is equal to 6/1. So equals, we multiply the two numerator times numerator, and then denominator times denominator. So 18 times 6, that is equal to 108. All over, so that is equal to 108. All over 1 times 1, that is equal to 1. So simplifying our answers is 108 divided by 1 is equal to 108. So if you divide 18 divided by 1/6, the answer is 108. So let's have case number 2, a fraction divided by a whole number. So let's have example number 1, 1/5 divided by 6. As you can see, it is written in different form. So we rewrite this as 1/5 divided by 6, a whole number. So using the KCF method, still keep, change and flip, we change or we keep first the first fraction, which is 1/5, and then we change the division into multiplication, and then we copy first 6, which is also equal to 6/1. So if we write that in that form, so 1/5, we keep it 1/5, you copy multiplication, and then we flip 6/1, that is 1/6. And we are now ready to multiply the two fractions. So 1 times 1, that is equal to 1, all over 5 times 6, that is equal to 30. Now, so if you divide 1/5 divided by 6, that is equal to 1/30. Next number 2. 1/2 divided by 8. A whole number divided, or a fraction divided by a whole number. So we copy 1/2, and then you copy also the division, and then we write 8 as 8/1. So let's use the KCF. So we keep 1/2, the first fraction, and then we change the operation division into multiplication, so times, and then we flip 8/1, it becomes 1/8. And then we are now ready to multiply the two fractions. So 1 times 1, that is 1, all over 2 times 8 is equal to 16. So if you divide 1/2 divided by 8, the answer is 1/16. Next, 2/5 divided by 4. So 2/5 is a fraction. You copy 2/5, and then you also copy the division operation, and then you also copy 4, but you give it a denominator which is equal to 1. So you are now ready to use the KCF method. So 2/5, you keep the first fraction, and then you change the division into a multiplication, and then you flip 4/1, it becomes 1/4. Then finally, multiply the 2. 2 times 1, that is equal to 2, and 5 times 4, that is equal to 20. So we can simplify our answer. So 2/20, or that is equal to 1/10. So let's have the last case, which is case number 3, a fraction divided by another fraction. So let's take a look with the following example. So there are 3 examples. So number 1, 10/6 divided by 10/3. So as you can see, it is 2 fractions. So we keep 10/6, the first fraction, and then we change the operation into multiplication, and then we flip 10/3, so it becomes 3/10. So the last step is we multiply the two fractions. So 10 times 3, that is equal to 30, all over 6 times 10, that is equal to 60. Or 30/60 is also equal to 1/2. Next number, we have number 2. So 1/6 divided by 1/2. So we keep, or we use the KCF method. So we keep the first fraction, 1/6 divided by 1/2. So that is equal to 1/6. Changing the division operation into multiplication. So times, we flip 1/2, it becomes 2/1. And then finally, we multiply the two fractions. So 1 times 2, that is equal to 2. And then 6 times 1, that is equal to 6. Or simplifying 2/6, it becomes 1/3. Then, Last example. So 1 over 8 divided by 1/3. So we keep 1 over 8, the first fraction. And then we change the division into multiplication. And then we flip 1/3, or we get the reciprocal of 1/3. It becomes 3 over 1. So 1/3, or 1/8 times 3 over 1, it becomes 1 times 3, that is equal to 3. And 8 times 1, that is equal to 8. We cannot simplify 3 over 8 because it is in its simplest form. So that's all for today's lesson, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos.